channel. Well, what's up, everybody? So there's riots in Philadelphia. Yet another shooting of a black individual by law enforcement. So what's my take? Okay. First of all, let's get this out the way, okay? If you've been watching my other videos, you all know that I am a supporter of Black Lives Matter. I do not subscribe to the ideas that Black Lives Matter is somehow racist or divisive. I think that the divisiveness is coming from people that are in opposition of Black Lives Matter. All right. So let's get that's out the way. Now, was the shooting of Walter Wallace justified? I believe, from what I have seen, that it was a justified shooting. So then, if it's a justified shooting, are the riots somehow justified, or even protesting? Okay. Obviously, riots are never justified. Protesting, it's justified. Whether we think that the shooting itself was justified in and of itself, I'm always going to support any kind of protesting, because the protesting stems from a culmination over years and years of police brutality and police misconduct, shooting of unarmed black individuals for years and years. All right. Now that we have now that everybody has cell phones and by extension cameras, where we're able to see increasingly more and more officer involved interactions, we are now starting to see that what the black community has been saying for decades is actually true. How many videos have we seen of officers planting evidence on people that didn't, maybe planting drugs on people that didn't otherwise have any drugs on them? How many videos have we seen legit of officers shooting and killing unarmed individuals as they're running away? I think, what was his name? Walter Scott was one of them. Is one that comes to my mind immediately. The dude was running away and the cop shoots him in the back. He was like, what, maybe 50 feet or more away. There was no reason for that. And then he didn't know the cop, he didn't know he was being filmed. And then he plants the taser on the body of Walter Scott so that he can then say that Walter Scott had taken his taser. So make no mistake, Black Lives Matter have a legitimate grievance. Okay. So it's justified in my opinion, but here's why. Not only is it just, that why I support the protest. Not only is it just a culmination of things that have happened, but Black Lives Matter is also trying to create change in law enforcement. They're also trying to say, hey, these type of things don't need to happen. We can change law enforcement so that this does not happen, while also keeping police officers safe. For instance, apparently Walter Scott was mentally ill, right? So when you look at the video and you see, oh, he had a knife and he was, and I mean, come on, he was sort of charging at the police officers. Well, then you're gonna say, yeah, if I was in the shoes of the police officers, I would be afraid too. He didn't have a gun, okay. He had a knife, but still, you just never know, right? I mean, come on. If somebody was coming at you with a super sharp ass knife, all they gotta do is get close to you and just slash. They're gonna fuck you up, man, and maybe they might get your carotid artery. You could die. You could die from that. So look, he was mentally ill, and from what I've seen, the officers didn't do anything wrong. But the underlying sort of premise of Black Lives Matter and all this protesting is that we need to change the system. And so, like, you know, the whole defund the police, terrible slogan, because people that don't understand it right off assume that, oh, they want to just abolish the police. That's not what it is. All right, they're saying that perhaps we can deal with some issues not involving the police, right? Not involving the police. Now, in this instance, Walter Scott had a knife. Would have calling a social worker been preferable to calling the police? I don't know. Because do you really think that Walter Scott, if he was already agitated and violent, then I think that for that instance, okay, call the cops, right? But if he was not being violent and he was not, you know, being threatening of anybody, didn't have a weapon on him, and a social worker went up to him, my guess is that he was not gonna react in the way that he did. A lot of individuals in certain communities have a deep distrust for the police officers and can become agitated when they do see the police, right? Because they think, oh, they're here to take me away, to take me to jail, because, you know, they see everybody else in their community going through that. So I don't know what the answer is. However, there's definitely a conversation to be had, you know, about diverting funds away from the police towards other programs that would then lessen, you know, decrease the necessity for law enforcement in the first place. So divert funds from law enforcement to do what? Okay, maybe, you know, more social programs for children, more community services. That way, children in the neighborhood are more busy. You know, maybe set up something like a boys and girls club, things like that, where the future generations are going to be busy and not be in the streets, right? Therefore, lowering the rates of criminality. Therefore, decreasing the necessity for so much law enforcement having to patrol said neighborhood. Okay, so look, yes, it was justified, but if you look at that and you think that, if you immediately block any type of intent to examine law enforcement and these interactions between any type of citizen in this country, and say maybe that those type of interactions, maybe they don't need to happen as much, then I think that you're just being disingenuous. All right, because that's what a country does. That's what a society does. It strives to be better. It doesn't say, you know what, we have these social issues, fuck it, right? Let's just leave them. No, we always try to fix them. And by saying, you know, let's just throw more money in law enforcement and keep everything the same, that's not changing anything. Because another thing that boggles my mind is that most people, and they typically are conservatives, that sort of just want to turn a blind eye, or don't want to hear any conversation of improving these issues, they simultaneously express the, you know, their disdain for the government, and the government, you know, bad. Are we forgetting that law enforcement is the government, right? So, I mean, look, if you think you could teach me something, let me know down in the comments. If you think that you can get me to look at your point of view, let me know down in the comments. And matter of fact, I would actually love to not only engage with you in the comments, but we could start there. And look, maybe you can come onto my channel. If you have a channel of your own, I can come on there. We can actually discuss this. So look, yeah, man, the whole Walter Scott thing, it was justified. But the thing is that we need to change that whole entire, so that doesn't happen, right? Same thing with Breonna Taylor. I get it. Now there are a lot of things that are really shady, all right? But just granting that the cops legitimately went into Breonna Taylor's apartment, using a either knock or no knock warrant, and she ends up dead. Okay. The officers did what they typically do. They went according to protocol, and they executed that order to protocol. I'm not mad at the cops then. In that case, I'm mad at that system, right? I'm mad at that, right? Why are we allowing warrants if there's a warrant for one individual and we're gonna go to their girlfriends armed, right? That just don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. That's something that could have happened during the day, while the individual is at work. There's other options, man, and don't give me none of that it was a dangerous neighborhood and that's why they got to do it in the middle of the night. Nah, man, come on. Look, I used to live in a rough neighborhood. I know people that live in rough neighborhoods right now. That happens during the day all the time, man, when people are not asleep. So don't give me that, man. All right. So, but anyways, I want to know what you guys think, man. Down in the comments, give me a like. Of course, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And yeah, watch out for my next video, man. Peace out. Like.